Alright, y'all boys, so we back with another season breakdown today, and we talking about Chainsaw Man. So we kick the first scene off like this, and off the rip, we found out the MC is broke. And I'm like, okay, cool, he's broke, you know, regular MC stuff, nothing crazy. Then we see how broke he is. This man is down 38 mil. And I don't know what could have caused this, but whatever casino keep letting you in needs to be shut down. But anyway, he starts talking about getting some bread by offering this thing called the devil. So he peeks around the corner and we see some tomato with eyes. And bro was just the intro villain, so you know he got off screen. And some shady dude pulls up saying he gonna pay Denji for this kill. But after all the fees, his bag went from 400k down to 1800. And usually I would feel bad, but with that debt, he should have just took it all. But anyways, we look into Denji's backstory, and his pops basically offed himself because he couldn't pay off his debt. And that shit got passed down to Denji like some bad genes. Whole time, this green ass debt collector tells him, hey gang, I know you lost your pops, but I need 700k by tomorrow or else we sell your organs. So after bro drives off, this chainsaw dog pops out, and he was going to try to kill Denji, but bro is injured, and Denji notices he's bleeding, so he lets the dog bite him to live, since blood heals devils. Then Denji came up with a plan. He becomes a devil hunter to pay off his debt, and that brings us to where we are today. So Denji says his dream is to have a girl, which is cute, but he know he need money for these hoes. And as he talking to himself, bro knocks. Yo Denji, we got a hit for you ASAP. And so they pull up to the warehouse, but the debt collector is unusually quiet. Denji, I rock with you gang, I'm not gonna lie, but
only problem with dogs is I can never tolerate the stench.
And then Denji gets stabbed in the back, and it was by a literal zombie. And what happened was a devil possessed them, and he making them do his bidding.
Yo, bro, you know what's crazy? I told them I'd give them some power, and they all struck a deal. Now I got a zombie army.
So of course, Denji starts running, but eventually he gets caught, slashed to the back, and then another stab. And now they just going in on Denji. Now they ended up putting Denji in the trash, but these dumbasses didn't realize he's the main character. And because that dog got some blood in his system, instead of reviving himself, he merged with Denji. And after a heartwarming moment, Cuz wakes up, the zombies turn around, and then the devil is like,
hey, how you still alive? Ain't we just turn you into sushi? You know what? Y'all boys just eat him this time.
And they rush, but Denji lets him pile up just to pop out with these chainsaws from his hands and his face. So while the zombie trying to figure out, and he takes out that eye, then bro slams him, but that ain't nothing. So Denji starts running through the zombies real quick, and then he rushes the devil again, slices through that little intestines or whatever, and then cuts the zombie clean down the middle. And I thought this was gonna be a happy show where people get turned back to normal. Well, I was wrong. These people are stuck like this, but they're part of the Yakuza, and they be doing some evil shit. So I mean, it's free kills. So Denji takes them all out, and while he's doing that, he realizes he's not gonna have no more debt. And the next morning, all these agents pull up to the spot, and long story short, this investigator girl raises up Denji and tells him,
either you can die, you can come with me.
and if I was Denji, you ain't gotta say nothing, baby. I was trying to leave with you anyway. So we flash forward a bit, and Shawty has been hella nice. She treated my daughter some food, knowing he's broke, and that was enough for Denji to fall in love. So he explains to her how he became a devil, and then she tells him that her name is Makima. Then we pull up to this building, and this is the HQ for devil hunters. Then Denji gets introduced to his version of Sasuke. His name is Aki. So she sends them both out on patrol, and the first thing they do is box. Aki needs the gut and kicks him on the trash. Then he starts smoking on his pack. He tells Denji he's Makima's main nigga and she ain't got time for no sides. Then Aki throws the blunt and spits on him. Yeah, this right here is crash out worthy. Now Denji waits till he walks off, and yeah, this might mean bye-bye to having some kids. Nigga, you wanna fade by the hoe? Let's do it then. That's a definite no on the kids. So Aki returns a headbutt and then follows up with a left hook. And this little simp brings up Makima again. Then, alright, at this point, fuck having kids, you might not be able to adopt. But long story short, Makima makes them kiss and make up. And she sends him out again on a mission, and they run into this crib with the devil in it. And Denji gets him out of here quickly. Problem is, Aki wanted him to use his powers, but Denji was just trying to make it painless, which is nice. But Aki tells him all that nice shit gonna get him killed. And Denji decides he needs a goal to lock in, and he decides to focus on
is melons.
As in the fruit?
Also, we got a new girl to the group. So this is the blood devil, and she's actually a fiend, meaning she's a human looking devil that can be reasoned with, which is why she gets a pass. So her and Denji hit a side quest the next day to save her cat, and at first Denji not going until she says if he gets the cat, he can touch her melons. And just like that, Denji is ready to go hunt the devil. And while they doing that, we get a better explanation on devils, and apparently all devils have a name, such as Chainsaw Devil or the Blood Devil, and the more fear that name holds, the stronger they are. So in short, the Knife Devil would be stronger than the Bunny Devil. Now after that explanation, Denji and the Blood Devil, whose name is Power, pull up, and when Denji make it to the door, he like, hold on, wouldn't your cat be dead already? I mean, you said he ain't have no food or water. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was a lie. So we see what's really going on, and this devil got his arm chopped off and he needs food to heal, aka Denji. So he picks him up, squishes him for the blood, and then throws him. Now his arm grows back, and before he flies off, Power asks for her cat, and bro just eats her cat. Then he grabs up Power and eats her too. Now he flies off, and Denji on his leg talking about, hey, cough up them jugs, those are mine. And he grabs Denji again, but this time he pulls that string. And first the hand is gone, then the rest of that arm. Now they crash into a building, and it's time to box. So Denji moves in and gets off that right hand. Now he weaving attacks and gets this clean chest shot off. And bro throws a car with the dude inside. Denji catches it, throws it back, and it explodes. Then bro turns his mouth into a pipe. Hey, hear me out on this one. No? Alright, my bad. Then bro blows his air, picks up this human, and right before he can heal, Denji pulls up.
Is this nigga serious?
Now Denji rushes in, slices through bro's arm, and launches him back. Then he cuts bro open with great precision, making sure his prize was safe. We get a little look at Power's backstory, and she never cared about nothing before. Everything was just a meal until she met the cat. This is like the Gary to her SpongeBob, and y'all seen how sad he was when bro left. So of course, she slimed out Denji for her cat. And if I was Denji, it'd be her last day, cause she didn't know how strong he was, and if bro was weak, he would have really just died. Now we zip back to the present, and Denji posted up with her.
Why did you save me?
Then bro just points at her chest. Damn, Denji just like me for real. And while he's celebrating his victory, his arm just falls off. Then this random picks it up and eats it. This ugly dude must be the worm devil. And to sum up what happened, Denji couldn't use his full power, so she pierced him with her tongue, and now he's about to get eaten. But we just see a hand pop up, and Aki says,
Cone.
and just like that, Shawty is done. And then the fox disappears. So the rest of the squad pops out and they evacuate the squad. And when Denji wakes up, he asks Aki a question. Don't you hate devils? So why you so cool with one? Well, idiot, hunters form contrast in order to fight them. So basically, Aki gives her random parts of his body in order to use the devil's power. But this time, it was just some skin. Now, Aki knows that the blood devil tried to kill him. But Denji like, yeah, I ain't no rat. Don't ask me nothing. Alright, bro, you good. I ain't gonna report you. Just keep yourself safe. So later, bro was talking to Makima, and now she moved Denji and Power into his crib. With a little manipulation, of course. And I know what y'all wondering. Did Denji ever get those coconuts? And long story short, yes. That experience had my boy looking like this all night. And later on, Makima does some R. Kelly activity. By the way, Denji is 16. She tells him she wants him to take down the gun devil. And you know how they said the more fear something has, the more powerful it is? I know the gun devil is like that. And she says he first appeared in America. Typical. But she also says Denji might be the only one able to kill him. And if he does, she'll grant him any wish he wants, no matter what it is. And I'm not gonna lie, if I was Denji, the gun devil will be dead before midnight. Then we see some of Aki's backstory. Him and little bro playing catch, and when bro goes inside real quick, in a little under 5 minutes, the gun devil killed 1.5 million people. And ever since then, he's disappeared. So now we got a new goal for Denji. They need more bullets, which are part of the gun devil's body. They're pieces that fell off and are trying to reconnect. So if the piece gets big enough, it will lead them right to the gun devil. And that brings us to this hotel. This bullet led our squad here. So they finna see what's going on. But this is a squad. We got our trio, Denji, Power, and Aki. And then we got some new people. Eye Patch, Scar, and we just gonna call her Sakura. So they get to this door in the hotel and it opens up by itself. And some little devil walks out, but it gets picked up in the air and instantly washed by Power. Then Eye Patch explains she picked it up with her ghost hand cause she got a contract with the ghost devil. And they keep heading up to find a real threat in this hotel. But the weird thing is they end up running into the same blood from earlier. And they realize that they may have gotten stuck in a genjutsu because they can't escape that 8th floor. And of course, the rooms don't lead anywhere, so they're just trapped at this point. But they did figure out that time stopped moving. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like help is coming anytime soon. Then Aki pulls back up with some bad news. Hey, y'all boys remember that little devil? Well, it's back, and I think bro been hitting the gym or something. So they run out, and it's talking about,
if you feed me Denji, y'all can all live.
And me personally, I would have just threw bro in. So Sakura pops out, cause she must have had the same idea as me. She rushes, but Aki don't play that. So he kicks the knife, and Eye Patch gut checks her. Then she sends out this ghost hand to do some damage, but the devil just grows more. And then he lets us know that this isn't the main body, so nothing would work. Then they all start discussing if they should feed Denji, but Aki just declines the idea. So anyway, Sakura pops out again with this knife. I don't even know where she keep getting these from. And now she about to tweak on power. So Scar tries to protect her, and the fear from her screams makes the devil grow larger. And we finally figure out who it is. It's the Eternity Devil. So now the whole 8th floor flips, and they all decide to throw Denji in. But to protect him, Aki takes a stabbing and starts yapping that he needs all the help to kill the gun devil. And Denji a real one, cause he decided to say fuck all that and get in there like swimwear. So he pulls on that string and dives in. And now all we see is them chainsaws going insane. But this devil grabs him. Gonna need some paid time off after that. But instead, he just regenerates and keeps slicing. And since this is the Eternity Devil, all his work is basically pointless. While that's going on, the squad notices that Denji is losing too much blood, and no blood means no chainsaws. And now he's just getting overwhelmed by all these mouths. Then his chainsaws retract in his hands, and this part is wicked work, cause Denji literally bites the devil and his chains come back out, and now he's back to slicing. And the devil somehow breaks Denji's neck, and he should be dead. But Eye Patch feeding for some more Newports, so she pulls on that chain and wakes him back up. So we fast forward a little bit, and Aki wakes up after what's been 3 days of Denji slicing, and the devil literally just gave up. Bro straight up said,
I can't take any more pain. Please just kill me. This is my heart.
are we done? Bet. And next time, pick a better target, bitch. And just like that, the guys made it out with a new bullet for the gun devil. So of course, Denji passes out after 3 days of non-stop fighting. Then later on, they all celebrate making it out. Now that's cool, but I don't know if I mentioned it. Eye Patch promised to kiss to whoever killed the devil in the hotel. So while Makima is there, Shawty just tongues Denji down. And I wouldn't go over nothing like this normally, but let me remind you.
She has a front row seat.
And then she throws up in his mouth. Alright, listen, that is probably the nastiest thing I've ever seen. So anyway, back to the important stuff. We see Makima on this train, and I guess she's supposed to go on a trip and meet some important people. Then we see everybody around them duck their heads, and while bro is doom scrolling like me on the toilet, Makima and bro just get put in the body bag. And everyone on the bus is extra calm, like there's no running, no screaming, they just staring. And at the same time as this, I guess, we see Sakura and Scar helping this old lady. And when they walk away, Grandma turns around and ups the blick. Damn, that's 400 dead in 3 minutes. And while the rest of the squad is out getting some grub, this suspicious dude next to them pulls out a pic and asks Denji about the bill collector dude. And while they trying to figure out who this is, he tells them the gun devil is looking for Denji. Then bro starts hitting the squad up. But unlike the rest, Power rushes and gets off this mean-ass uppercut. Aki sends out a canine, but now Denji is cooked, and Eye Patch is down for the count. Unfortunately, this dude turned our canine into a poodle. He just slices through and pops out. He basically got the same build as Denji. This is the Katana Devil. So Aki rushes him with his sword and stabs bro. He swings, but Aki ducks the first, then weaves the second. And every time Aki stabs him, we hear a number. And after this next one, Aki gets kicked away, but he calls up his curse to handle this business. And we seeing some crazy genjutsu, but I guess that was enough to kill him. And while Aki trying to get Eye Patch to a doctor, some taller pulls up. You got some nice moves, Alfalfa. That sword must belong to the curse devil. Then the girl squats down, picks up her mans, and she like, hey fam, all I'ma say is you better win this time. Then Katana takes his stance and Aki tries to block, but all we see is bro pop up behind him and wait for it. Damn, that was a long ass pause. And now Aki is down for the count. So she tells Katana to kill him, and Eye Patch tries to send out her ghost hand, but she refuses at first until Eye Patch trades everything for some help. And now all these hands start trying to grab bro like he Drake walking through a crowd. But while that's going on, Eye Patch is literally disappearing. Damn, at least she finna take one out with her. But when the ghost is about to get the job done, the little girl says,
Snake, swallow it.
and just like that, Eye Patch died for absolutely nothing. And when Aki takes a look, she doesn't have any remains left, just her clothes. And fortunately for the rest of the gang, Eye Patch used her ghost for one last trick. She pulls on that string, and now it's time to box. And this little girl says, make sure you get that heart. I love some evil people, cause nobody cares when I cut them up. And Denji moving like a vet. He chases bro down, slices one, blocks the other, deflects the third, and jumps over the fourth, and finishes with a kick. Before bro could gather himself, Denji sends him into this wall, but Katana started retaliating a little. So they having a stalemate real quick. Then these dudes pop out with guns. Hey, how that taste? Huh? This me. Then before bro can shoot, he gets a heel to the face. Ain't no way they couldn't get a single shot off. But Katana rushes, and they back to having a little slash exchange. And this time bro slices Denji, and look at this. While he looked at the cut, bro shoots a bullet. Okay, so I don't know what the gun devil is paying you, but it's not enough for this. And Denji tries to hold him hostage, but Katana boosts up this stance, so I thought he was gonna Kodak bop.
Hey, somebody play that Skrilla.
And just like that, he disappears again. So we see he's standing behind Denji, and from bro's face alone, I already knew what happened. He done turned 2 people into 4. And now bro is walking around with Denji like some luggage. So we see the aftermath. Scar is dead, the hunters from the dinner is dead, Eye Patch is dead, and Makima is dead. Damn, this only the first season. What y'all think this is? A Kame got killed? Let's take another look at Makima. These boys yapping real quick. Yeah bro, I'm telling you, Diddy is just as bad as R. Kelly. How is he free? And then Makima posted up like she want to join the convo. And how is this woman alive? Then bro tries to shoot, but that screen turns black, so you know it's over. And when Makima reaches the station, she tells the people waiting for her the situation. But she says that blood isn't hers and she avoided getting shot. And we finally get to see a glimpse of Makima's work. And it's just like I expected. I don't know how much of it is censored yet, but bro's face is literally flattened. So now I'm about to show y'all some devious get back. This is the definition of get them going the same day. She grabbed some prisoners sentenced to life and brought them to a temple. And these other dudes are trying to get Denji in the whip, but some dude looks up in fear and he just gets crushed like a can, which got everyone scared. Then the little girl starts telling them to verify that Makima is dead, and bro on the mic got crushed too. And I don't know what's going on, but I know Makima is sitting here with all these people's eyes covered because nobody can know the devil she's contracted with. And she tells dude to say a name. Then she puts her hands together and that's another dead body. Thing is, the prisoner died too, it looks like, and she just goes down the list, killing them all except Katana and the snake girl. And I guess they lucky there's no more prisoners. I'm confused why she ain't killed the 2 biggest threats. But that's besides the point. They about to transport Denji, but Sakura pulls up. Scar actually guarded her from the 2 shots. So the snake girl rushes, and Sakura might just have to get a name change because she flips on the snake, runs on his back, dodges the hit, grabs the light pole for style points, and gets back to running.
Hey, what the fuck?
She dodges some bullets and takes off that arm clean, catches the gun, pops Katana 2 times. The snake tries to pick up her gun, but oh nah. Shawty just dodged the bullet. She grabs Denji and decides to use him as a shield. And this snake girl sees the best option is just to dip. But man, hold on. Can I get a round of applause for Sakura? No powers, no guns, and no plan. And this somehow ended up saving Denji. This right here is Mikasa level stuff, I'm not gonna lie. And she did try to kill Denji before, that's true, but we gotta give her a pass now. And we see what happened when Scar died. She straight up ran around, bitch, you too old for this. And then makes her pop herself, all with a straight face. So we get a report and all the 100 divisions got hit, and everyone is now mostly dead. This was all the work of the gun devil. Shit, this nigga moving like a mob boss. Nobody even knows where he is, but somehow he knows enough about Denji to send out hits. So the next day, we see what's going on with the guys, Denji and all them in the hospital. And they ask who's still alive, and they named only 3 more people, including Makima. So Aki talks to his sword and asks how many years he has left. Sadly, 2 is the answer. And when he goes to light a cig, Eye Patch pops into his brain, then Aki, the calm, nonchalant dude, lets some tears fall. And while our boy is gathering himself, Makima done brought us to this dude for some training. And this dude tells Makima training starts now. Now this dude is from Division 1, so I thought he was a pretty sweet dude because he goes for a double hug, and then I realized it was actually a double choke. He breaks both their necks and gives them some blood to heal them. And I can already tell he about to hit him with the Kenpachi training method, a whole bunch of dying and getting brought back. And his plan is to keep killing them until they're strong enough to fight. So Power throws Denji a weapon, but bro weaves and stabs up Denji in the chest. Then he moves in and sends one more to the chin. Power tries to get back, but he pulls out the knife and slices her throat. Good thing y'all don't have human rights, because this would have been some serious jail time. So now we see Aki, and he can't get the Fox Devil to come out. He got a little attitude or something, I guess. And these people from before tell him he needs to make a new contract with the stronger devil. So we gonna see what's going on with that in a little bit. So later on, the trainer dude, we gonna call him Stitches. He walks up to the door, and when he goes to open, Power throws a spear. He dodges, of course, and grabs it, but she was a step ahead. She sends down the rest of the spears, but dude just and then punches them all. Now Denji pulls up with the axe, but bro cakes his jaw and breaks his neck. But he decides to have a celebratory drink, and lucky for them, he calls it enough for today. Sight, nigga, I just got here. Now we check back in with Aki, and this is the future devil. And yes, you guessed it, the stronger the devil, the more a person has to give up for the contract. So they tell him one person gave up half their lifespan, and the other gave up their taste of smell and their eyes. And this is where Aki should have been like,
you know, the bullet devil isn't all that strong. I'll let y'all handle it.
But since he only got 2 years left, I mean, what else he got to lose? So Aki goes in, and we see this moving Christmas tree with an eye in the middle, and he a little too joyful for my liking. Yo, stop all that yapping and tell me what you want for the contract.
Hey fam, chill with the attitude before I make you give me them eyes and limbs. Now put your head in this hole so I can see your future.
So I don't know what kind of Diddy maneuvers he's trying to pull, but Aki actually walks up and does it. Then bro starts laughing, puts his hand under his chin, and says,
alright, now let me get them cheeks.
Nah, I'm just playing. He actually said he's gonna give him power in his right eye. And Aki is wondering what's the deal. But the devil says he doesn't need none in return, because Aki's gonna die in the worst way possible. But just like me, Aki doesn't want the spoiler, so instead of asking him what it is, he just lets him in his eye. So looking back in with Denji after him and Power just took a beating, and Stitches tells them they're getting back in the field tomorrow, so the mission is to take down the Katana and the Snake Girl. But before that though, we see Makima and Stitches later that night, and he accuses her of letting the ops send a hit.
I would never do that. Don't you remember? I got hit too. Duh.
Yeah, you're full of shit. But that's all we see from that. The next day, we see these guys posted up in a room, and I guess their plan is to let the hunters pull up, since Makima be sniping niggas with her curse. Speaking of Makima, she out here moving like a mob boss. So this dude is a gang leader, and he gave up some info, but not enough for Makima's liking. So she's like,
Sir, do me a favor and look into this bag.
bitch, do I look like I need your money?
Oh, that's not money, sir. That's something important we took from everybody you love.
So he looks, and it's a bag of literal eyeballs.
Don't worry, though. We can reattach them and they'll work just like normal, as long as you cooperate.
Then bro back here grabs her shoulder, but she just looks, and right then, I knew that boy was done.
So, are you ready to talk?
Yeah, Makima might be a little evil. But now let me give you a rundown of the squad. We got Power, Denji, Sakura, and Aki. But besides that, we also got some help from the special division. We got the Shark Fiend, who can swim through walls, I guess. Then you got the Violence Fiend, who's so crazy they put on a poison mask to restrict him. The Spider Devil, and her power is pretty straightforward. Also the Angel Devil, and with him, if you touch him, it'll take years off your lifespan. And in case y'all wondering, they find some zombies that were in the basement when they arrived. So our guys leave the fiends to the zombies, and they go look for the real ops. Now they split up, and this dude pops out to shoot Aki. Then he goes for the uppercut, but that's not all. The rest pull up, but instead of shooting, they all just bleed out. For a second, I thought this was part of Aki's new power, but actually, Makima just got done getting the info, and she pushed it right to use. Finally, Aki runs into the Snake Girl, and she tells the snake to spit something out, and then we see her using Eye Patch's ghost as a weapon. Now it rushes Aki, but he getting some slices off with that sword. I ain't know his sword play was that good. It's actually because his curse is giving him a peek into the future, but that's all, just a peek. Can my dog get a real power at least? Damn. Now he tries to rush the ghost, but it grabs him, stabs him in his stomach, and then chokes him. Now it looks like Aki is done because the curse is squeezing harder. And then Aki gets a flashback from Eye Patch Girl, so you know he about to get a boost. And the ghost still must be tied to her because he stops choking and gives Aki a cigarette. And now since Aki isn't scared of the ghost devil anymore, it can't attack him. He literally walking on his head, but it doesn't move. He cuts his head off. Whole time Snake Girl was watching in the back, and before she can summon that snake,
Don't.
Sakura pops up, ready to end it all. Alright y'all, I'm not gonna lie, we gotta do a name change. This is now Mikasa. Anyways, Aki walks her down, and I guess they capture her. So that's one objective captured. Now we check in with Denji and Power on this elevator. But she gets off on this floor to kill these zombies. Denji keeps going up though, and runs into the Katana Devil. So Denji got that chain ready, but bro just wants to talk. I don't know how you supposed to have a convo while you at gunpoint, but Denji agrees. So while they talking, he basically tells Denji that he killed his grandpa, who was the debt collector. So to atone, he should let them kill him. And if I was Denji,
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though.
I would have ended him right here, cause dude asked him to atone for killing a nigga who not only had him hunting devils as a kid, but he also tried to kill him for the zombie. Honestly, if he never would have tried to kill Denji, he wouldn't even be part chainsaw. But anyways, Denji like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about your grandpa. Let's run it. And bro pulls out this knife, and now it's time to box. They fall out of this building and get like 30 seconds of airtime. Then bro kicks him down and tries to end it off. But Denji gets up and they start going back and forth. But look at this scene. Runs in, launches him with this kick. He goes through the billboard, and that's one building, skips on the second, and misses the third, falling right onto the train tracks. And then bro asks, why did Denji fight? Cause I'm trying to crush Makima, duh. Well, obviously, I would too, and I'm the ops. Hey, cuz, watch your mouth. Man, nigga, make me. Slash, backhand, blocks the uppercut, and flips over the sword. They clashing, but nobody hitting nothing until Katana launches Denji, and then when he loses him, bro drops down like Robin in that one scene, and they end the train with it this time. Now, this lady laying here confused, and of course, bro chooses this moment to take his favorite stance. Then before Denji can respond, he takes off that arm. And lady, what are you still doing here? Then bro takes the stance again like, damn, cuz I know you be spamming on Smash Bros. And this time the other arm is gone too. Come on, Denji, you should apologize to Gramps before you die. Man, fuck that dead ass zombie. And he rushes in with his head chainsaw, but this time it breaks. And at this point, y'all boys, we might as well start making them t-shirts. But Denji calls him a dipshit, word for word by the way. And wait for it. Bro splits in half. Shoulda peeped the legs, bitch ass nigga. And with that right there, mission is complete. Somehow Katana is still alive. I don't know if they gave him blood or something, but he's tied up naked. And he talking shit to Denji, but he ain't hearing that. Now Denji remembers he's the one that killed Eye Patch, so he gets an idea. At the same time, Aki pulls up, and you won't believe the idea they had. They kicked him in the nuts until the cops came, or whoever makes him scream the loudest wins. Damn, maybe he would have been better off dead. And the snake girl couldn't give any info because she got killed by her own curse. But good news, with this mission complete, they got enough bullets for the gun devil. The piece has finally gotten big enough to start moving towards the main body. Unfortunately, we gotta wait till next season to find out. This show is great, so if for some reason you haven't seen it, go check it out. And I got more videos on the way, so as always, if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and all that. I'm out.